our kids. In terms of finding balance, you see, balance never worked for me because, there are some seasons. If you're in church work, Christmas season is not going to be balanced. And if you lie to your family and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be balanced, for the 3 weeks leading into Christmas. It's just a lie. You're not going to be balanced. You're going to be, a little caught up more in church work. So I never tried to promise balance. I said there are going to be seasons of intensity that my job requires. If you're an accountant, March and April are intense. And you got to tell your family, until April 15th is behind us, it's going to be pretty intense on the accounting front. Now, the way we put it in our family, we always said there's going to be seasons of intensity followed by what I called seasons of revenge, where our family is going to go away someplace and we're going to have all the kind of experiences that we didn't get to have leading up to Christmas because of my job, but we'll get sweet revenge. And we built that concept into our family. In certain seasons of life, when kids are young, parents have to be present far more than when they're running around with their high school friends and don't want you, hanging around them because they're individuating a little bit. So even in the seasons of a family's life, adjustments need to be made to keep a family close. But you all know the name Gordon McDonald. He's always been a very close friend of mine, and he took me for a walk one day. I think I was 27 years old or something. And he said, Bill, I'm 10 years older than you or whatever. And he said, you're going to hate me for what I'm going to say here. He goes, but I'm just going to say it to you anyway. He said, there's coming a day at Willow, and you can't even see it now, but there's coming a day at Willow when it's going to be your last day. And you're going to pack up your books in your office into boxes, and then you're going to go home. You're going to be done at Willow. And if you come home to an empty house because you blew through a marriage or two, if you come home to an empty house because your kids hate God and hate the church and don't want to be around you, when you come home to a house with no grandkids making a mess because you alienated them and pushed them away throughout your run at Willow, you're going to hate the rest of your life. And he said, so just start with the end in mind. You're going to go home someday and do everything between now and then to make sure that you have a good marriage when you go home and you have kids who love God, love you, and love the church, and who have grandkids who want to be around you. I never have forgotten that and wanted to stay deeply connected the whole time with my family. And I think when I'm done at Willow, I think there'll be some bodies around the house.